In our previous videos, we've been talking about the sum of an arithmetic and a geometric series, but then today we're going to represent it in a sigma notation. Okay, the sigma notation is not so complicated only if you understand what are the components that make it up. So sigma, what does this word sigma, what does the word sigma mean? Sigma is just tells you about the sum. So it means that there is nothing that is actually changing from the original sum of a regular arithmetic sequence. For example, you can see that here we're having what? We're having an arithmetic sequence which is term 1, term 2, term 3, term 4, term 5. We say that this is arithmetic, reason being that there is a constant difference of 2. To get from term 1 to term 3, you have to add 2. From 3 to 5, you have to add 2 until you even reach to the end of the sequence. So here, we are using the sigma notation to represent this sum. Okay, remember, let me just recap that the sum of an arithmetic sequence is given by n over 2a plus 2a plus n minus 1 multiplied by d. So this is the formula which you use to be able to calculate the sum of terms in an arithmetic sequence, depending on how many they are. In this case, we're supposed to substitute with 5 here, since we're having 5 terms, which are represented with green. So here you can see that this is how you calculate the sum. What if you were given this in a form of sigma? So what is sigma notation like? They use this symbol for sigma. So this symbol tells you that this is the sum of a certain number of terms. So here, what do they put here? Here they put your maximum value. I just like it to call the maximum value. Here they put your minimum value, and then here they put your general rule. So this is the sigma. It is a question on its own. They're not going to ask you to calculate anything. They're just going to show you this kind of question, and then they give you certain things. Okay, so let us do an example and just say that this is your sigma. This is your sigma sign. And then here you have got 12 terms. And then let's say here you've got k is equals to 0. And then here you've got 3k minus 1. Let us just analyze this. You can see that here, this is your what? This is your maximum value. What is the maximum value? The value that you find up the sigma notation symbol is this last value gonna substitute at k. That is the last value you substitute at k. You cannot exceed 12. This is actually your boundary telling you that you end up substituting k as 12. And then when k is 0 here, they're telling you that this is your minimum value, or this is where you start substituting the value of k. So here, if we were going to form a whole series from this sigma which we're given, we're supposed to start by substituting k as 0, because this is your minimum value, the first value you substitute at k. And then this is your last, and then this is your first. So here, first of all, you need to know that 12 is not the number of terms. Do not misquote it. Don't misquote it, because this is not the number of terms. 12 is not the number of terms. Why do I say that? Here it means that we're starting at k is equals to 0. It means that we're not starting at term number 1, but at term number 0. So here, how do we find the number of terms given a sigma? That is the first thing you must do. The number of terms is given by the top number minus the bottom number plus 1. You can see that this is the formula that you use to be able to calculate the number of terms in the series. So here, the top number, it is this number you find on top, or you find on the top of the sigma notation symbol. So this is 12 for this case, minus the bottom number is 0, and then you add 1. You can see that here you are actually having 13 terms in total. You're having 13 terms in total, but then that doesn't change the nature of adding or of substituting this value on top as the last value of k. So your last value of k must be 12, and then that will be your term number 13. So let's try to just solve this out. we expand. How do we expand? We substitute k from 0 up to 12. So here, let's just substitute k for 0 and then minus 1. And then we add. This symbol is for series. So this is a series we are adding. And then the rule continues and say that 3 times. The value of k increases because we are increasing in the number of terms. So here we say 3 times 1 minus 1. You can see plus, and then we continue with 3 times 2 minus 1. Can you see that this value of k, it is increasing as we increase in the number of terms? So here, if we were to solve that out, minus 1 here, plus, this is the sign that this is a series, and then this is 3 times 1 minus 1, which is equals to positive 2, and then this is plus 3 times 2, 6 minus 1, it's 5. So you can see that this is your arithmetic sequence, given that if you were to say 5 subtract 2, 2 subtract negative 1, you're going to get 3 and 3. So that's your constant difference. So if you are done expanding this sigma, what are you going to do? You are going to actually substitute it into the sum formula of an arithmetic sequence. Here you have found out already that your number of terms is 13. So the sum of the first 13 terms is going to be equal to n over 2. Remember that this is our formula, plus n minus 1 multiplied by d. So here we're going to substitute 13 over 2 multiplied by 2. So this is 2 times, our first term is minus 1 plus, and then n is your number of terms as well. 13 minus 1 times the difference is 3. So here you are just going to punch in everything in your calculator exactly as it is. That the sum of the first 13 terms is equal to 221. So it means that if we were to add all the 13 terms, we're just going to get 221. So here, if I just want to make it clear that this is the last value that you substitute at k. This is your first value that you substitute at k. To be able to find out how many terms you have got, you have to take the top number, subtract the bottom number, and add 1. Therefore, you have completed your sigma. This works for both the arithmetic and the geometric sequence as well. Just know that you've got your maximum value, your minimum value, and your general rule. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.